Bonjour et soyez la bienvenue à Monsieur Silas Olayinka. Aujourd'hui, nous allons continuer avec le verbe au présent de l'indicatif. Good morning and welcome. This is Silas Olayinka. We'll continue with the present tense verbs. In my last video, we have seen the method on how to conjugate them. But now we're going to take a verb and we're going to see the way it is done in French. But before we continue, let's give attention to the adage of the day. And the adage is, qui s'assemble se ressemble. Qui s'assemble se ressemble. Just like, show me your friend and I will tell you who am I. Or it can also be, the bird of the same feather flocks together. Now, let us proceed. First group of verbs. Now, we're giving attention to the present tense, the present formation of it. And this first group of ending ER verbs is what we'll be giving attention to. Now, let us take a verb, for example, and see how it is done in French. We have the verb parler. This is a verb to speak. And how do we form this verb? Remember that the suffix is ER. And this ER circled, you're going to make sure that you take it away. And the ending you learn in my last video is what we are going to add to the pronouns that we have. Now let's go with the pronouns. We have je, which means I. We have tu, which means you. Then we have il or elles. We also have nous, which means we. Now we have vous, which means you, plural. Then we have il and elles, which means they, plural form. Now, remember, you've got to write the verb parler like this. The information you learned in my last video was E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT. Now, for je, you add E to it after you remove the suffix. For tu, you write the same pal like this, and you add ES to it. Now, for L, you write the same pal and you add E to it. Now for nous, which is first person plural, you write the same pal this way and you add ONS to it. ONS. The ending of first group of verbs, ER ending. And vous, you write the same pal this way and you add EZ to it. And for il or L, you write the same pal and you add ENT to it. Now, how is it pronounced? Je parle, tu parles, il ou elle parle, nous parlons, vous parlez, il ou elle parle. Look at the logic. Is that very simple? I speak, you speak, he or she speaks, we speak or we are speaking, you speak, plural form, and they speak. This is how you're going to conjugate all ER ending verbs, except aller. Remember, in my last video, I did say that to you. All ER ending verbs that we have in this world, except aller, for as long as you speak French language. So when you get ER ending verbs, don't disturb yourself. Just try and learn the formation, the ending, which is E, ESE, ONS, EZ, ENT. Let's speak another verb like chanter, which is a verb to sing. The same way you do this verb, you're going to do the verb manger. Chanter. Chanter is a verb to sing. You say, je chante, tu chantes, il ou elle chante, nous chantons, vous chantez, il ou elle chante. Just add E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT to the ending of the verbs when you remove the suffix. That is very simple. Now let us move on to second group of verbs. Sorry, the same present tense we're giving attention to, but this time around second group of verbs, and that will take us to IR ending verbs. The IR ending verbs in French, we have them, they are many, but we have regular verbs. Give attention to what we're doing. We are looking at regular verbs. Now, look at example of this regular verb. We have finir. Finir is a verb to finish. To finish. And all these verbs that are regular will take the normal ending, which is is, is, it, issons, isses, and issent. Now, look at finir and its conjugation. Remember your pronoun. Write je, tu, il, or elle. We can even have on. On is a generic pronoun. It can mean anything. It can mean ones, can mean it, can mean they, can mean we. Take note of that. Then we have nous, which simply means first person plural, we. Then here we have vous, which is you, plural form. Then il and elle. They, both feminine and masculine. Now let's give attention to the formation. You write finir, you take away the suffix. The suffix is ir. Remember the formation you learned in my previous video in lesson 1. That's what we're trying to apply now. Now you come to je finis. You've written I-F-I-N and the suffix is I-S. Remember to put it. Je finis. That simply means I finish. Can you see the board? Now look at the second one. Tu finis. The same way you finish. And the third one is il or elle finit. He or she finishes. Now, when you get to nous, you're going to say nous finissons. Take note. After F-I-N-I-S-S-O-N-S. Nous finissons. We finish or we are finishing. The next one will be vous finissez. I-S-S-E-Z. You finish or you finish or you are finishing. And the last one is il ou elle finissent. I-S-S-E-N-T. Finish. Je finis, tu finis, il ou elle finit, ou bien on finit, nous finissons, vous finissez, il ou elle finissent. That's how we conjugate the second group of verbs, IR ending verbs, in the that happens to be regular verbs in present tense. Is that very difficult? No. Let's run through them. Remember the formation. The formation is simple. IS, IS, IT, ISSONS, ISSEZ, and ISSENT. These are what you're going to add with your pronoun while conjugating verbs in French language. Do you get it? Is that very simple? It's not difficult. You practice, then you learn. Donc en forgeant, on devient forgeron. Practice definitely makes perfect. It doesn't come by chance. You give attention to it every day and you will learn it very well. So this is how far we'll go today. But we have so many other verbs under IR ending that are regular. We have example of choisir is a verb to choose. Is also a regular verb. We follow this way. We have tenir. It's also a regular verb. We follow this way. But there are other verbs that happen to be IR ending that are not regular. Don't get confused. We're not coming there today. We'll give attention to that next time. In my next video, we're going to look at regular verbs in the present form for a verb under RE ending verbs / OIR ending verbs. Have you learned anything today? If you do, that is wonderful. Just keep learning, keep watching. You can subscribe to my channel if you love what you have enjoyed, and you can even share the video. In our next lesson, we'll give attention to some takeaway expressions, and that will be of great deal. Thank you so much for watching. Merci beaucoup et au revoir.